Hello, fellow dummy. If you're watching this right now, there are good chances you don't have major issues in your life besides procrastination. Why do you have so much time on your hand? Amongst many reasons, you don't have to worry about your next meal. Unless you're a 30-year-old single male or a first-year student, your fridge is most likely filled with food. As obvious as having a fridge full of food might be, it wasn't the case for most of humanity's history. For most of humanity's history, people were freaking starving. Like super long ago, for instance, we had to hunt, and that totally sucked. Then
Mais attends, ça va prendre 3 plombes là ton truc.
Ah ouais, mais faut que...
Vas-y, va direct après la guerre là.
Okay. Right after World War II. Just like for most of humanity's history, people were starving. So European leaders decided to do something about it. Ouais les gars, faut qu'on règle cette histoire de bouffe là.
Okay.
And in 1962, they did. 1962 was a year full of drama. Marilyn Monroe sung Happy Birthday to JFK and then died. Charles de Gaulle generously called for Algerian independence. Brazil won the World Cup and Tom Cruise was born. However, as historically important as these events were, none of them had an impact on your life as remotely as important as the following one.
Except if you're Amarildo, Nicole Kidman, or the whole Algerian people.
This event is indeed the reason why you can eat meat 60 times a week and get f***ed up for 10.59. If you know a bit of European history, you've probably figured out what I'm talking about by now. If you belong to the 99% which constitutes the rest of the population, you have no clue and are probably thinking that it takes me a while to get to my point. So let me unveil it. In 1962 was created the Common Agricultural Policy, aka CAP. To cut a long story short, one of its key principles was to push farmers to produce more. The food they produced was protected within the EU market by taxing the imports.
Example.
US chocolate was way more expensive than Polish chocolate. On top of this, the EU guaranteed that they would buy what farmers produced at a minimum guaranteed price. Like imagine you're a kid selling lemonade for €1 in front of your house and Bertrand wants to do it as well, but he lives like 2 blocks away, plus he's already a rich kid. So it's not like the little prick even needs the money. First, if Bertrand wants to sell in your street, his lemonade would automatically cost €3. Plus, even if for whatever reason people still didn't buy your lemonade, your parents would always buy it for at least €1. Thanks to all these efforts, agriculture got modern real fast, going from little old school tractors to insane machines that today can cost the price of a house. This phase worked really well. However, some issues came along, and to illustrate them, we need this guy. If you don't know him, his name is Homelander, and he's a an asshole. Out of the hundreds of people or animal he kills, slaughters, explodes, tortures, and dismembers in the series The Boys, the one and only moment where I turned my eyes off the screen and asked my wife to tell me when he was done was when he did this. Watching that literally makes me want to puke. There's a very concrete reason why this is linked to that. See, this intense production phase worked so well that they ended up with so much freaking milk that they had to shove it off innocent kids' throats like foie gras geese. I was one of these geese. Now, why would that be more important in your life than the birth of Tom Cruise, might you say? After all, chances are you're not a farmer. Chances are you're more likely to have watched Top Gun than milked a cow. So why? Well, money. CAP costs you pretty much the monthly price of your Netflix subscription.
That's a good reason to care.
It also represents about 33% of EU's total budget. Well, this is huge. No country on earth dedicates that much part of its budget to one specific topic. Hey, maybe a smile wouldn't hurt? I mean, I'm just trying to explain and your suspicious look really doesn't send the best vibes. Okay, my bad. Anyway, why so much money? Well, first, we like our food.
L'admirable cholestérol qu'on va se payer.
And in the EU, it's also essential to have a common policy on it, otherwise some country would get disadvantaged compared to others. Also, united, we're stronger. Less weak at least. So basically, the reason for this massive budget is a combination of food quality, fair competition, and international strength.
Those are all good reasons.
Yeah, okay.